For the first time in 2 months, a team from the United Nations has managed to enter the city of el-Fasher in Sudan's Darfur region. That's where the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces is accused of committing massacres after it seized the city in October. The UN team has called it a massive crime scene and suspects a huge clean-up operation by the RSF. El-Fasher has been cut off from the outside world for the past 2 months, and survivors who managed to flee have recounted harrowing testimonies of summary executions and sexual violence. The UN found hundreds of Sudanese still living in el-Fasher, but they lack enough food, medicine and shelter.
Inside the town, there are still civilians, but we didn't see huge numbers. Right? There aren't thousands of people milling around that town, not at all. We still believe there are people being detained and that there are people who are injured who need to be medically evacuated. And we also, of course, need to ensure that the supplies we leave behind are in the hands of the people who need them and not anybody else.
More than 100,000 people have escaped the city, families often walking for days to reach the neighbouring White Nile State. Al Jazeera's Mohamed Vall reports from Kosti in the White Nile State.
The UN really didn't have enough opportunity or enough time to really investigate and dig, and that was because they came on the invitation or probably approval of RSF. They were guided by RSF, and clearly they need to go back in a much more favorable condition to see more and to dig up more evidence. We know that el-Fasher, the population of el-Fasher just a couple of years ago was about 1.5 million people, and we know that the UN team said that they saw only a few hundred people. They didn't see much sign of life in the streets there. So the big question there is what happened to those people. There are reports of 100,000 people who were able to flee or were trying to flee from el-Fasher. Some of them made it outside the realm of the area of danger, and they gave horrific eyewitnesses about extrajudicial killings in cold blood inside el-Fasher against civilians who were trying to flee.
Well, Renard Doussi is the field coordinator in North Darfur for Solidarites International. He spoke to us from Tawila, where people from el-Fasher have been fleeing to, and he says the situation on the ground is even worse than what the UN team discovered.
They know that they are alone. They are alone on the road when they are going here, where they are coming here to Tawila with a little hope of surviving, but they are alone. So what we hear is crazy stories after crazy stories, unbelievable, but this is true, meaning I've been violented, my husband has been killed in front of me, I've been raped 2-3 times, my daughter of 14 years old, of 7 years old has been raped. We took like 3, 4, 5 days to come, 2 weeks to come. We were belonging to different groups. We have been looted, violented. It's always the same stories. It means that it's systematic. This is a strategy of war to destroy the social society and social dynamics. And for example, all the areas that we have access to, after months and months of fighting and negotiation with the different groups, we can see all the IDPs are only women and children.
Don't miss out on the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.